In these current times, everybody is encouraged to stay home. But what happens when you're thousands of kilometers away from it? It is pretty common for Ecuadorians to leave their country in search for opportunities. That is the case of my family, who came to Germany around 9 months ago. Although we're all happy to have the chance to live somewhere else and have mostly settled on our new lives, we all agree on something. Ecuador will always be our home.
My name is Gabriela Játiva de Molina. I'm living here in Cologne since about 9 months, and my family and we come from Ecuador.
My name is Felipe Molina. I come from Ecuador. And what was the last question? Sorry.
Where are you living right now?
Oh, I'm living in Jordan.
My country, my home is Ecuador. Sure.
Well, I think as home, my country, Ecuador, where I was born.
It is true that I have a long year contact to Germany due to the business, but we have everything in Ecuador.
That country is where I have been my whole life, so I'm used to it, and I have my family, my friends, and all about and all.
We keep in touch with them with WhatsApp, with calls, and since we have this crisis with Corona, it is easier to have contact to them because everyone is available at home, so to talk with us.
Being in a country such as Germany that has managed to keep the virus under control by quick reaction and by having enough resources to maintain themselves in a state of emergency has made us feel safe, but also in constant worry about the situation in our country.
My name is Alejandra. I'm from Ecuador and at the moment I'm in Lund, Sweden.
My name is Leonardo Peña. I'm from Ecuador. Actually, I'm in SUNY Oswego in University of the State of New York.
Most of the times the news are not always the best ones. As a developing country, it's hard to confront this kind of issue. So especially when you know all these Swedes that are just trust on their health system. I know that everything is gonna be fine, and then the news back home that not everything is okay, and a lot of people are suffering. So having this contrast is sometimes overwhelming.
Here we are not in lockdown. We have a lot of rules and a lot of things that we cannot do, but here you can still have your life. And I think that's a big thing that people in Ecuador do not have, because some of my friends in Ecuador, they're like, I need to go out, I cannot do anything because they basically are locked down in their houses.
Ecuador currently faces a difficult situation. Due to the lack of commercial activity, economy plunges to the ground, and the number of infected and death count continue rising. People lock themselves at home, filled with uncertainty. And although my loved ones try to stay positive and are dealing with the quarantine in the best way possible, it is really hard not to worry for our fellow Ecuadorians who are having a much harder time right now.
Guayaquil blamed the government for failing to slow the spread of coronavirus and to deal with the thousands of bodies that have piled up in the aftermath. Guayaquil has suffered arguably the worst COVID death toll in Latin America.
En medio del toque de queda de 15 horas diarias que rige en Ecuador.
Like a lot of cities in Latin America, a large segment of Guayaquil's population lives day to day working informal jobs. So to stay home means not eating.
Del total de 24.934 personas que son casos confirmados, 900 personas han fallecido.
My name is Bernardo Paredes. I am Ecuadorian. I am 20 years old and I am studying communications in Tecnológico Monterrey, Campus Puebla. I live in Mexico, but because of the situation and everything that is going on in the world because of the virus, I'm living in Ecuador right now.
My name is Valentina de la Torre. I study at Universidad San Francisco de Quito. I live in Quito, Ecuador. I'm 20.
In Ecuador, there's the situation that you cannot go out, not even to get food. Like there's limited hours, and your car, depending on the license plate, you can go out. Depending on the license plate, an example: if you have 0, you can go on Friday, and that's kind of confusing. But the main thing is like I have to stay home, and everyone has to stay home. It's like mandatory. Like you gotta stay home.
It's been frustrating for all of us, I think. Not being able to go out, it's been like really restricting.
I kind of do another stuff. I read, I do videos, I record videos for my YouTube channel, and I edit. I have online classes as well, so I try to like keep busy every day.
I have time now to dedicate to things that I haven't approached in a while, like painting or reading certain books that I haven't read.
I can get food easily. There's a shop. I can get food really close to my house. Well, I have a home. I have a bed. I have water to shower. I have food.
I'm okay compared to a lot of other people in this country.
A lot of people are dying. The government is not doing things well, and we don't have the medicines and the hospitals as other countries. So it's sad, and it's sad to see all these people dying on the streets, because it's really, really, like, it's super, super bad what's happening in Ecuador.
The country right now is at a breaking point.
They say maybe 1 month or 1 month and a half more of quarantine in Ecuador, and then, well, I think like life is not gonna be the same. I think, for example, for at least this year, this whole entire 2020, I think people is gonna stay at the houses, like try to go out just for important stuff.
We will have to be let out at a certain point.
To be honest, it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough, and it's kind of scary as well.
I haven't been out in almost for the whole time. I haven't been out.
People are dying on the streets because they don't have the medical care, or they don't have the ambulances or the hospitals or the medicine to beat this coronavirus. So in my case, I'm good, but I'm worried for other people.
Even though we attempt to occasionally take away our minds from the current events, we eventually all come back to Ecuador and keep constant contact with the people back home.
I try to do some sports, or I play the guitar, or maybe play online games. That kind of distracts me about the whole situation.
Both of my parents are doctors, so I'm worried because they told me they told me there's a new case in the hospital. So I'm starting to be a little bit worried, but they tell me that everything is going to be normal, everything is going to be fine. They have the precautions and everything, they have everything, so I'm a little bit more calm.
It's weird to know that they are on lockdown, and here basically life is like the same.
We have another kind of government. We are a developing country, so we don't have the possibilities to keep without working for a long time.
And here, like, I have better hospital medicines, and like the quarantine is not so hard like over there, so I kind of like feel bad for them and worried at the same time, since in there is spreading more rapidly than in here.
But if there's something that we have learned, is that in these cases, distances don't really matter. Regardless of the situation we are going through, we are facing them together as a country. No matter where in the world we are spending this quarantine, our hearts are all in Ecuador.